Following Harry's meeting with his father, all the journalists in the royal pool began to pile on with articles about the prince. Calls to strip the Montezet couple of their titles have intensified, as the Sussexes have launched a website exploiting their connection to the royal family. And in general, the media said, everything that helps Harry to be associated with the British monarchy must be taken away from him, or else this Sussex show will continue. Journalist Petronella Wyatt, a friend of Camilla, by the way, wrote a long article defending the idea of keeping the ducal titles of Meghan and Harry. That said, the writer is not a fan of the Montezet couple at all. Oh no, otherwise Camilla wouldn't be friends with her, and she also, like many, believes that Harry's return to the royal role is impossible. Petronella Wyatt argues that stripping the Montezet couple of their titles is a very bad idea, as Meghan and Harry, in her opinion, are just waiting to do just that. By ceasing to be the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the couple will sound more elevated, as they will then be referred to as Prince and Princess. Harry, and the title of Prince is higher in rank than that of Duke. Then their website would no longer be called the Sussexes, which sounds like a cricket club too. Petronella, but a new name either with the titles of Prince and Princess or the surname Windsor. And it will be far more associated with the British royal family than the name of one of the counties Sussex that Meghan and Harry have titled their website with. And then it would imply that they are members of the most prominent royal family in the world. And Meghan is a true American princess, Wyatt writes. And further, the journalist explains how Harry got to such a life. It's all about Meghan's enchanting feminine charm and voodoo magic, because according to Petronella, if the prince fell in love with a colored woman, then there is something unclean. Closing parenthesis. The writer believes that Harry is well aware of the dangers of connect-in with a femme fatale, but cannot do anything about it, because he does not want to drag a dull and colorless existence without her. Nevertheless, I admire and even furtively applaud Harry's devotion to his wife and her ambitious machinations, writes Petronella. There is something almost noble and brave about it, albeit reckless. The attraction with which women like Meghan, and indeed any woman, attract men is precisely the same fascination with which cliffs attract sailors. They are extremely dangerous and therefore extremely fascinating. Voodoo magic. The writer believes that Harry is well aware of the dangers of connection with the fatal beauty, but cannot do anything about it, because he does not want to dwell boring and devoid of color existence without her. Nevertheless, I admire and even furtively applaud Harry's devotion to his wife and her ambitious machinations, writes Petronella. There is something almost noble and brave about it, albeit reckless. The attraction with which women like Meghan, and indeed any woman, attract men is precisely the same fascination with which cliffs attract sailors. They are extremely dangerous and therefore extremely fascinating to the ordinary man. And even to the regal man, they offer the only grand adventure he will ever encounter. Take them away, and his existence becomes as flat and dull as that of a caterpillar. As usual, Petronella wanted to belittle the prince, but paid his wife a knowing compliment. Without knowing it, Wyatt created a new archetype, the black siren seductress, into whose trap the red-haired prince fell, not a topic for Meghan's new podcast. Now, the writer believes this couple is invulnerable. Take away their titles, the most common and, in fact, the only threat to the Sussexes from representatives of the British public, and they will sound even more royal. So don't rush, experts, to call on the king to punish the couple by removing their titles, because as long as they remain Sussex, there is no more royal in this name than in a cricket club. Please give it a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get the latest news from the royal palace.